fẹ́ kí ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ wo fídíò yìí dáadáa. Lẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá wo fídíò yìí, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ solution sí battery temperature too high. Any phone, kò sírú phone tí ó lè jẹ́, bóyá Android ni tàbí small phone. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ ṣe small phone. Jumper ó wà lóríṣiríṣi, ó máa ń yàtọ̀tọ̀ síra wọn. But tẹ́ bá ń lo jumper nìkan tí ẹ understand wáyà tẹ́ ń fà, ó túmọ̀ sí wípé wọ́n ń fún yín lẹ́ja jẹ ni, ẹ ò mọ ẹja pa. Now, method tẹ́ fi lè resolve tẹ́lẹ̀ ó lè yàtọ̀ díẹ̀ sí ti itel. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá jẹ́ wípé ẹ mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe fún ara yín, kò ní fún yín ní problem tó lọ fà. Now, fóònù yìí, battery tó wà ń bẹ̀ kò ní problem. Because majority máa ń sọ wípé ká kọ́kọ́ change battery wò ná. A fi battery mi test phone yẹn, ó sì ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Battery bí oríṣi mẹ́ta la máa lò láti fi lè confirm. But n tó wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn, nígbà tá a bá correct problem device yìí tán, la máa wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dá padà sí, which means solution yẹn ti ṣiṣẹ́. Ohun kan tí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ ni wípé battery temperature too low or battery temperature too high simply means wípé there is lack of communication between the battery terminal and the phone CPU. Lack of communication in what sense? Ṣebí phone yẹn tán. Lórí small phone, line mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ló wà very important. Battery connector line mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta, the positive, the battery ID and the negative. Line tó máa ń short tó fi máa ń cause problem yìí, òun ni ti tààrin. Solution ni mo ń sọ fún yín yìí o. Line àárín battery connector lórí small phone ló fà. Tó bá jẹ́ Android phone, tó bá jẹ́ lórí Android phone, line tíntín tá à ń pè ní battery ID line náà ló máa ń fà. Báwo lẹ ṣe lè resolve ẹ̀? Now, oríṣiríṣi method ni, but nínú method mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tí a máa lò yìí, ìkan máa bá ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ wà very sure pé ó máa ṣiṣẹ́. Next thing ni wípé testing la ṣe ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ láti lè verify pé kò ń ṣe battery, kò ń ṣe charger ló fà. That's why fi ní láti test a lot. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ wo phone yẹn máa rí pé SIM card ẹ̀ ayọ́lẹ̀, which means ẹni tó ní ó ń jókòó. Àwọn main line ẹ̀ ló wà nínú ẹ̀, kò ń ṣe anyhow SIM gan tó fi ń receive important call. So ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ ni. Tẹ́ bá fi battery mi sí tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ báyìí, phone yẹn sì máa ní irú problem yẹn ní future. Now, tó bá jẹ́ Nokia phone ní battery ID line low means ó máa kọ insert SIM tàbí kó má rí network. So tó bá jẹ́ original Nokia ni tí ò rí network, ṣé ẹ lè ró lọ síbi battery connector? No. So torí ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe fẹ́ kí a ṣe àlàyé in detail. So no matter the device, bóyá Tecno ni o, Infinix ni o, ẹ máa lè find the problem yẹn fún ara yín, then ẹ máa lè propose solutions fún ara yín. Ṣé ti rí pé ìgbà tí phone yẹn tán, ó kọ battery not fully charged and the charging port is okay. Ó supply accurate voltage dé orí main board. So ẹ jẹ́ ká tú phone yẹn ká lọ wo ibi tí iṣẹ́ wà gangan lórí ẹ̀. Now, the major problem this device is having is that it cannot charge, and the major cause of the problem is that the battery ID line is missing. If you look at the battery connector of this phone, it has 3 main ports: the positive, the middle one, and then the GND, which is on the other side. The middle line is very, very important. It plays a lot of functions. Look at that middle line. If it is a Nokia phone that particular middle line is missing, Adimbi is original Nokia phone. The phone may not detect SIM. The phone may not be able to search for network. But in this Chinese mobile, the major problem you will encounter is either it will be unable to charge the battery, or telling you that the battery temperature is too high. Now, let's go to the main solution. As you can see, the battery connector and the charging port itself. There are some phones that does not have all this black chip. That black chip is charging IC or charging regulator. This is not the actual charging IC. The charging IC is at the front of the connector. So this one is just the charging regulator of the thing. So now, from the point of look, if you observe this charging port very well, it's not really in a good condition. So the first thing we are going to do before we correct any other thing is that we are going to change the charging port. Now, by changing the charging port simply means we are rest assured. At times, if you change the charging port, the problem will stop and the phone will correct itself. At times, there are times like that, probably due to the partial contact, because if the data line of the battery charging port is missing as well, it can affect the phone and the phone may not be able to store charges. Look at all these Chinese mobile, for example. If you connect the positive and negative from the charging port, the phone is going to charge. But if you connect positive and negative for BlackBerry, the phone is not going to charge. If you connect positive and negative for Samsung, the phone is not going to charge. It means those data line and the charge ID that is missing will have effect on the mobile. So now, for us to be rest assured, we need to change the charging port first. Once we change the charging port and the problem persists, then we can now troubleshoot it further for identification. But as it is now, I don't trust the charging port. It might even be shaking because the way it is not even stable to look. So nǹkan tẹ́ máa kọ́kọ́ ṣe ni wípé ẹ máa ní láti change charging port yìí. So tí problem bá wá látòrí charging port yìí, a máa lè correct it at once. Ìgbà míì tẹ́ bá change charging port, phone yẹn ó lè ṣiṣẹ́. Yes, ó lè ṣiṣẹ́. But have it at the back of your mind that pé àwọn data line charging port náà ó máa ń kọ́sẹ̀ ìgbà míì. Báwo ló ṣe ń kọ́sẹ̀? Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé VBus ni the first one, followed by the tó bá jẹ́ VBus ni first one, followed by ID line, data positive, data negative and GND. Ọ̀rọ̀ pé ẹ mọ̀ báyẹn. Point márààrún tó wá fún charging port. Na assuming pé data ID line yẹn tí ò kí ń máa ń read rárá yẹn tó bá miss tàbí data positive, ó lè cause battery, kò ní kọ battery temperature too high, battery fully charged or unable to charge. Ìyẹn máa ń sábà kọjú. So a máa ṣe charging port tí kúrò ń bẹ̀. Tá bá ti ṣe, a máa wo next thing. Ibi tí mo ti ṣe charging port yẹn mi ní láti show because kákan yọ ká fi mí sí ni. Either kí problem yẹn solve àbí kó persist. Ìkan nínú méjèèjì ni. Tó bá solve, fine. Tí ó bá solve, a máa ní láti proceed further. Ìgbà míì nínú àwọn Android phone, tẹ́ bá change battery yẹn, ó máa ń correct. But kò mean pé kò ní tún ní problem yẹn. After 2 weeks, ó lè ní problem yẹn. After a while in the future, ó sì máa ní problem yẹn again. But the best way ni wípé kẹ́ wá data ID line tó miss, kẹ́ correct ẹ̀. Ṣé rí that existing battery tó wà ńbẹ̀, ó sì máa ṣiṣẹ́. So ẹ̀yin ló máa pay simply because solution lẹ provide, then the battery ẹ ṣì máa lò. But ẹ lè fi battery mi test ẹ̀ just for benefit of doubt. Tẹ́ bá fi battery náà sí tó correct, nǹkan tó lè mú yín sọ wípé kẹ́ change battery, tó bá rí pé náà sọ wípé battery yẹn ò kí ń last náà tẹ́lẹ̀, wípé kò kí ń pẹ́ kú. Tẹ́ bá fi new battery sí, ó sì lè máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́ dẹ̀ correct ẹ̀. So now a ti change charging port yẹn níbí báyìí, but problem yẹn ó persist. But a ti wà rest assured pé problem yẹn ò wá láti ẹnu charging port. So a ní láti trace ẹ̀ further lọ sínú. So níbí báyìí mo ń read àwọn voltage tó wà níbi charging port yẹn títí dé battery connector. What I get to realize is that àwọn voltage yẹn ó drop ní àárín kan. So mo wá ń wá means láti lè jẹ́ kí voltage yẹn pé padà. sórí board nìkan tí mò ń ṣe. So mo peel ibẹ̀ yẹn pẹ̀lú grinder láti lè read bóyá inú charging port ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àbí inú charge regulator ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀. So mo wá later realize wípé charging port a ṣe fix yẹn positive leg ẹ̀ kò kanlẹ̀ dáadáa. Ó ní partial contact torí ẹ̀ ni voltage ò ṣe supply the battery connector. But initially battery connector yẹn read 4.2 which is okay to charge the phone. But nísìnyí ó ń supply 0.05. So ó ní mo trace padà wá. So a ní láti kọ́kọ́ correct ẹ̀ látorí ibẹ̀ yẹn náà. So a ti correct ẹ̀. Now battery ID line tó miss yẹn ó ní àwọn diode tí ẹ lè lò. Ó nírú àwọn diode tí ẹ lè lò. Kì í ṣe resistor. Resistor lè solve problem yìí simply because resistor máa ń read to both sides. But diode ó ní positive line, ó ní negative line. Màá fi irú diode tẹ́ lè lò hàn yín and any other type of diode as far as tó bá ti jẹ́ 10k capacity ni ó máa ṣiṣẹ́. Now ID line tó wà láàrin yẹn àti negative line GND lè máa ní láti connect diode yẹn mọ́ láti lè rectify problem. Ẹ ní sùúrù, nǹkan tí a fi ṣe simple thing ni ẹ dẹ̀ máa rí clearly and test ẹ̀ wò ń bíbá láti confirm bóyá nǹkan tá a fi sí yẹn ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ṣe ẹ máa rí. It's as simple as ABC. Kò ń ṣe nǹkan tẹ́ ní láti dára yín láàmú lé lórí. Now ṣe rí diode tá lò. Negative leg ẹ̀ side ẹ̀ ní black yẹn òun ló wà lórí GND. Positive ẹ̀ ló wà lórí battery ID line láàrin. So kálá change charging port yẹn náà tá a kàn ṣe eléyìí direct ó máa ṣiṣẹ́. But mo kàn fún yín ní troubleshooting method. As it is now ó ní àwọn black diode náà tó lè play role yìí. Black diode tó lè play role yìí ó wà. But eléyìí mo ní ní pieces tó pọ̀. So ni mo máa ń lò most of the time. Kẹ̀kan rọra fi sẹ́yìn kẹ́ make sure tó positive line connect mọ́ battery ID kí negative line kó connect mọ́ GND. As far as tó bá ti wà báyẹn the device is going to stop all the error message. So battery tó wà ń bẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ tí ó charge òun náà làwa later fi sí tó wá charge tó dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ tó tàn phone yẹn perfectly. Mo rò pé ti understand the point yẹn. So oríṣiríṣi ìbílẹ̀ ti lè pàdé irú battery irú diode. Tẹ́ bá need multiple ẹ lè reach out sí mi. Màá send ẹ̀ sí yín níbi tẹ́ bá wà. Ẹ lè yẹ how many pieces tẹ́ bá need. I have it mo ń tà. Kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe wípé jẹ́ nǹkan tó wọ́n. Just like something like bóyá bí ṣe 500 kọ́ ni. So you can buy as many as possible. Kẹ́ keep ẹ̀ pamọ́ torí ìgbà míì tẹ́ bá máa need ẹ̀ fún àwọn nǹkan báyìí. Ẹ lè lo this same diode fún Android phone náà. Just that kò ní sáré jókòó báyìí. Ẹ máa ní láti fún ní wáyà díẹ̀. Ẹ máa fi kan sí battery ID. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa GND kan. So wọn ò nídìí pé GND tẹ́ need kò pọn dandan kó jẹ́ orí battery connector ló wà. GND yẹn lè jẹ́ anywhere. But torí wípé negative leg yẹn ó súnmọ́ la ṣe lò. So tó bá yẹ pé kò sí GND bẹ́ẹ̀ náà a máa wá ground normal thing tó máa dùn tuntun yẹn náà la máa wá. So phone yẹn ti ṣiṣẹ́ perfectly bíbá. That is the best way tẹ́ fi lè identify tẹ́ fi lè solve problem battery temperature too high.